Welcome back. Cadence is an organization that helps foster the artistic spirit here in South Florida, and they're throwing a huge event which promises to be a great time. We're talking with Cadence's co-founders, starting with Gage Couch. Gage, good to have you here, buddy.
Thanks for having me.
Let's start with Cadence. What is Cadence?
Cadence. We are landscape architects and urban designers. We're located here in Fort Lauderdale, right downtown in Flagler Village. We have a whole background of projects that we work on. We work on everything from residential projects to commercial to hospitality. We even do some visioning workshops and land planning.
Tell me about the vision that you and Rebecca had to start this project. It's really interesting to meet two people that care so much about the community that they live in.
Right, and that's exactly what it is. We care about the community. We want to give back to the community. We know that Fort Lauderdale lacks a little bit in combining the art and the design and the community all in one place. So we really just wanted to kind of give back and emphasize on the connections and the resources that we've made personally and professionally, and just have a way to give those back too. And
this isn't just two people sitting in their executive suites smoking cigars. But you guys are getting down and dirty and painting and doing all kinds of
things. Right,
yeah.
We're pounding the pavement. We're out every day talking to new people, getting new vendors to come in, talking to artists all over South Florida. Like you said, just really getting into it hands-on.
I think a lot of South Floridians, when they think about art, they think of the Wynwood District, they think of Art Basel, they think of Miami. Do you have any sort of competition with Miami? What is your goal in terms of bringing a feel similar to that, yet different, to Fort Lauderdale?
Right, I think we definitely don't have a competition with Miami. I mean, any competition is good competition. We really like what Wynwood has become over the past 10 or so years. We really like following Tony Goldman and what he did, and we want to assimilate in that vibe, but not mimic it, and be able to bring Fort Lauderdale its own kind of vibe in the art community.
What do you think it is about South Florida that lends itself to such vibrant artwork and expressionism?
I think the mix of cultures here, and I also think that it's a very outdoor lifestyle, so people are always out and about and want to see new things, and the weather down here lends itself to people getting out and doing that.
All right, so let's talk about Better Block, which is an initiative that you created. Let's hear about it.
Better Block is a, like you said, an initiative. It's a grassroots movement. It started in Texas a couple years ago, and it's just a way to show how certain spaces can have potential that are now currently underutilized. So with the Better Block movement that we brought to Fort Lauderdale, we painted buildings, we set up outdoor seating areas, we provided shade trees in the middle of the street, and just brought art, design, local commerce, and had that all connect and intermingle with each other.
What is the process like? You get a bunch of creative people in a room together, whether it's TV or art or anything like that, and ideas get kicked around. Is it very collaborative? Do you and Rebecca just have final say? How's it work?
No, it's a very, very collaborative process. We have a word that we use for that, and it's called thrashing, where we just at the beginning throw out all of our ideas, and then from there start to assign different responsibilities to people, and then Rebecca may go out and she's in charge of getting all the food trucks, and then I'm out helping to get the actual things built and talk to artists. So for each event that we throw, we kind of have different roles and responsibilities, but we've also been able to collaborate with C&I Studios and Helium Creative in our neighborhood, other small businesses, and they have really amazing resources and backgrounds too. So it's all, like you said, about a collaborative working environment.
And we're going to talk about Revel on the Block in a minute, but the last thing I wanted to ask you was, what's the future of your organization? What's the future of the art landscape in Fort Lauderdale? How big do you see it becoming?
I'd like to see it, we've seen growth within the last year tremendously, so I just hope that it keeps building on that. For Cadence, I hope that we can just continue to provide quality projects and quality living environments to, our followers and, the community in Fort Lauderdale.
Well, it's great what you're doing. As a guy that lives pretty close to where you're doing a lot of your stuff, I can tell you firsthand it looks great. And we're going to talk now about the next initiative, Revel on the Block.
Okay, thank you.
So this is Rebecca Bradley, Gage's business partner, and now we're going to talk about Revel on the Block. Thanks for coming in.
No problem.
Tell me all about it.
All right, so Revel on the Block is January 26th from 2 p.m. till 11 p.m. And it's going to take place on a normal Fat Village Art District Art Walk day, which is always the last Saturday of the month. So we're going to have a supersized art walk. We're going to have food trucks, pop-up vendors, a specific art show called Intersection, and we'll be featuring artists from all over South Florida. Let's see, what else are we going to have? There's going to be live screen printing, It's going to be a good time. Lots of outdoor seating for people to enjoy the street and hang out there for the whole day and night.
And for people that don't know, you mentioned Fat Village. Tell me more about what that is, where it is. And
okay, so Fat Village is the art district located within Flagler Village. That's all downtown Fort Lauderdale. But it's right along the railroad tracks on Northeast 6th Street and Northeast 5th Street, right in between there. The actual street is Northwest 1st Avenue.
Okay, so it's a lot of names and numbers, but it's
right.
pretty easy to find.
Right, it is, and there's big warehouses back there. Some people think it's hidden, but once you get back there, you will not forget.
And plus, you and Gage will be holding up those signs with the spinning wheels.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, we'll be out in the middle of Andrews doing that.
Right, just directing traffic.
Yeah.
All right, so let's dive more into the specifics. You touched on a few things that'll be happening there, but what are some of the signature events, some of the signature reasons why people really need to check this out?
It's going to be a unique event for Fort Lauderdale. What we're trying to do is really connect the art, design, communities with the residents that live here and students that live here. There's a creative crowd here in Fort Lauderdale that lives here and works here, and sometimes they're hidden, and we found out during Better Block how many people there really are, and they need a place to connect and congregate and have fun and see art and drink and eat, and that's what we're trying to do over there.
Has that surprised you how many artistic people there are in this area, or did you have a feeling that that might be the case?
I've lived here for 12 years, so I knew they existed. I don't think I realized the number and the need for them to have a place to go to, experience and visit with other people that are interested in art and design.
Yeah, it's certainly, and I mentioned this to Gage earlier, that I think the first thought a lot of times is, well, go down to Miami.
Everything's in Miami.
Right,
yeah.
But not the case.
Not the case, which is awesome. I mean, but this is a big enough area for people to enjoy Miami and enjoy what Fort Lauderdale has to offer. And just like other cool creative cities like Austin, New Orleans, we can have our own identity and create something completely different that people want to come see.
So what's the big picture goal of this event? I mean, surely, the day you have it, it'll be a lot of fun, but what do you hope the takeaway is?
The takeaway is hopefully inspiration for people to reimagine the way things can look. Just because you drive by an empty building sometimes doesn't mean it always needs to stay empty. And that outdoor space should be more utilized down here. And that encourages people to walk and bike, and that's a healthier lifestyle.
Right, it's such a nice area. I mean, it's beautiful.
And people are always in their cars down here.
Yeah.
We're kind of attached to our cars. So that's one of the things, and then permanent improvements. We want people each time they come back. Revel on the Block's now going to happen twice a year. It's a biannual event. And we want each time that they come back to see that some permanent improvements have happened there, and some projects have started to take hold in the area.
Well, it sounds great. If people want to get more information about it, get more information about you, Engage, and Cadence, how do they do it?
Okay, for Revel on the Block, you can go to the Facebook page, and that is Facebook.com/Revel on the Block.
Okay.
And for Cadence, our website is www.cadenceliving.com. Same thing, Cadence Living is how to find us on Facebook, and hashtags Cadence Living or Revel on the Block for Instagram. So
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and that's one other thing. There's going to be a big Insta Meet. There's a big Instagram community down here, and they're going to have an exhibit at Revel on the Block, so you can just meet people that are interested in creative things.
Very cool. Well, I'll see you there. It sounds great,
Good.
and thanks for coming in.
Thanks so much.
All right. The Revel event is pet-friendly and kid-friendly, so bring anyone you want. Plus, there'll be some live music as well. That'll do it for today's show. Thanks to all our guests, and I hope that you really enjoyed it. Remember, if you have any ideas for what we should cover, just send us an email at feedback@sfltv.net. You can always follow us on Facebook, and you can get me on Twitter @Dave Azer. Have a great rest of the weekend, and I'll see you right back here, same time next week.